My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on the very first episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Heineken NA. So we're gonna be rating this on a scale of 0 through 10. We're gonna sniff it, we're gonna sip it, we're gonna score it, and then we're gonna slam it. I mean, it smells like Heineken. I always loved Heineken for mass-produced shit beer. It smells just like it. I mean, this is great if you're going out to a bar and you just want a beer if you don't drink, or if the night's winding down. This ain't terrible. Like, I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. You know, there's so much better beer out there, NA-wise, especially now in the craft beer world. So I wouldn't rate this too high, but I'd probably give it, I'm gonna go 7-1 on this. It's good, nothing crazy, gets the job done, better than others. That's pretty much it. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And today, we're gonna be trying Lagunitas IPA NA. Okay, so just like the first episode, we're going to sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. It smells fantastic. I really love the way this smells. Lagunitas was one of the first IPAs I remember really loving back in the day. It's taking me back. Tastes fantastic. I love this. Smooth as hell, a lot of flavor. It tastes like real beer. It's crazy how much it tastes like real beer. I mean, this isn't the first time I've had this, and it always gets better. Excuse me, doesn't taste like an NA beer. And I would have this anytime, at a bar, at home. I really like this. I think it's very good, above average. I'm gonna go 8.3. I would drink this every day, so now let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we have Notch non-alcoholic Hazy IPA. All right, so we're gonna sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. Smells pretty good. Smells has like a funk to it. Kind of like a grapefruity, mango. It's a lot of fruit funk. It's actually pretty light. It's kind of dry. Not bad. This is really good summer beer. I mean, you could drink this outside, crushing them in the sunlight all day on the beach if you don't drink. Pretty good. I gotta say, the flavor kind of dries out quick and it dissipates a little quicker than I would like it to because I like how it tastes. But overall, it's pretty good, man. Solid. They're out of Massachusetts, I believe. They have a spot in Salem and I forget what the other one is. Brighton, maybe? Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna give it a 7.8. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Atmosphere Pills. Okay, we're into week 2. You know the deal. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam that shit. All right, so apparently this is made in a 400-year-old German brewery, but they're out of Brooklyn, New York. Smells like a Pilsner. Let's try it. This is good. This is real good, actually. Pretty light, easy to drink. Yeah, I like this. Like, if you drink Bud or Coors or anything like that, and you're looking for an NA that is similar to that, but better, I would definitely go for this. This is kind of like, I would even say an entry-level NA. I mean, this is something you can slam a lot of these. It tastes so much like a regular beer. That's a big part of how I like to grade these. Does it taste like beer? And this does taste like beer. So I'm gonna go 7.6 on this. Really good. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we have Weihenstephaner NA. I hope I'm saying that right. So we know what to do now. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. It smells like Weihenstephaner. I used to love drinking this when I would go out and drink. Albany Beer Garden would have it on tap. Lionheart in Albany would also have it on tap. I loved drinking this back in my Hef days. Pretty good. It smells like a Hef a lot more than it tastes like one. Still tastes like one. I think it's very solid. This really takes me back to when I first started drinking craft beer. I just loved German Hefs. Loved them. Anytime I think German beer, of course I think of Beer Fest, the best, worst movie ever made. Goddamn Brewery! I can't say this is in the 8s, but I do like it because I do like this style and I would have it again, which is important. And it tastes like beer, which is also important. I'm gonna go 7.7 on this. Now let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we have Get Set IPA. All right, people, you know the deal. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. I've had this beer more than once, and every time I open the can, it explodes. Even if it's been sitting there, I thought maybe it was because of getting shooken up from bringing it back from the store. I don't want to shit on the beer because of that, but it's happened every time. I can't even really pinpoint like what I'm smelling, but it smells like an IPA. Kind of has some like lemony notes, has some funk to it, some of that IPA funk. I don't know if this is something that I'm crazy about. I definitely don't hate it, but it's very quality. They're Maine's first and only NA brewery, which is pretty cool. It almost starts to taste better as I drink it more. It's really weird. All right, minus the explosion, it's pretty solid. I'm gonna go 7-7, and I can't wait to try out more of their other ones. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we have O'Doul's Amber. All right, we're into week 3. You should know the deal by now. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. It smells pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that surprised. I had this a long time ago. I was not a fan then, but I'm gonna try it again. It smells metallic, kind of gross. And again, my goal with these beer reviews is not to shit on breweries. It's really not, but I'm just being as honest as I can with what I'm smelling and tasting. You know, if somebody put a gun to my head and said, drink this, I would survive. I mean, you could probably say O'Doul's was the original NA beer, so props for that, but I don't like this, really. It's pretty bad. It smells gross. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't taste great. It smells worse than it tastes. I'll give it that. I'm gonna go 5-8 on this. Wouldn't drink it again. Not looking forward to slamming it, but this is I Miss Beer, so here we go. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we have Industrial Arts Safety Glasses Pills. And of course, sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. So just to start out, I was a big fan of Industrial Arts Wrench, fantastic IPA. They're from Beacon, New York, and I'm really excited to try this. It smells really good. Colors, a little hazy, I like that. That smells great. That is fantastic. It's very balanced, crisp. You know, it's on the lighter side because it's a Pilsner, but it has a lot of flavor for a Pilsner. It really does. It almost has the slightest hint of a Hef, a little bit. This is so good. Again, another sunshine beer. I could crush these any day. Big fan. This is probably my favorite one so far. I really like the IPA NA from Lagunitas. I think I underscored that one a tad. I'm gonna go 8-5 on this. I hope they make more. They might have more, and I wanna try more because it was really good. Now let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we have Untitled Art Mango Dragonfruit Fruited Sour. All right, we know what we gotta do. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. Smells like fruit. Smells like a fruit beer, sour beer. And I love mango and dragonfruit. 2 of my favorite, if not my favorite fruits. So I'm very excited about it. It's good. It almost doesn't even have like a sour beer taste though to it. I mean, a little bit. It's really a sparkling fruit beverage. So with sour beer, it's a little tricky because even good sour beer doesn't necessarily have the beer taste to it. I mean, it kind of does because it still is beer, but like this is almost like fruit juice, which is good, like carbonated fruit juice. I wish it was a little sourer, more sour, however you say that. I'm gonna give this an 8.1. Really good. Now let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we're going to be trying Woodland Farms Brewery Dark. Same as last time. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. So they're located out of Maine in Kittery, I believe the website said. And just a note, I am not looking forward to chugging this because it is thick. Let's smell it. Smells very good. Chocolatey, tobacco-y. Again, another NA beer that tastes just like a regular beer. This is a perfect winter by the fire beer. Very perfect for that. This is excellent. I was always a fan of dark beers. When you say dark, it can be very misleading. Dark could mean a ton of things. There are dark lagers, there are dark IPAs. So dark doesn't necessarily mean one thing, but I see why they named it that, of course, because it is dark. Fantastic. All right, I think this is really good. I would definitely drink it again. I'm gonna go 8-4 on this. I cannot wait to try more of what they have. Now let's. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Partake Pale. Here we go. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. Smells really good. Smells like a solid pale ale. A little bitter, not bad. Crisp, light, what you would want in a pale ale, but an NA, of course. Taste the malt, good smooth malt. Man, who would have thought NA beers would just get so good? And this is great. Yet again, another sunshine beer. So this is reminding me of a Goose Island beer I can't think of right now, probably because I drank too much in my life. But it tastes a lot like that, and I remember loving it. So this is a pleasant surprise of the past. I'm gonna go 8-1 on this. Really good, very drinkable, sunshine beer. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Rescue Club IPA. Just like last time, sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. And it smells great. So they make a Pils and an IPA, looks great. First taste, not super crazy about it, not terrible. I would drink another one, but I can't say that I love it. I will say this, their website's pretty dope. The layout's cool, gives you a nice breakdown of what they are, who they are. You can taste the lemon, or at least it tastes like that to me. It has a lot of citrus, a lot of acid, acidity, tart. Yet again, another sunshine beer. I would recommend, just not something that I'm in love with. I'm gonna go 7-8 on this. Pretty good. Not really my style of IPA that I would select. I would drink another one if somebody gave it to me. For now, let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Guinness 0. Here we go. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam that shit. A lot of people have been wanting me to review this. I'm not that excited because I'm not crazy about Guinness, believe it or not. It's not a beer I've ever really loved. I've had about 4 of them in my life. Most of that was in one night, and I puked that night. I'm not a huge fan of nitro beer. That's just me. I compare it to crunchy and soft tacos. I need the bubbles like I need the crunch. Weird comparison. That's what I'm doing. It smells like I thought it would. No matter how many times I try Guinness, I'm not gonna be a crazy fan. I'm just not gonna be. A lot of it has to do with the nitro. Again, if a gun was to my head, I would drink it, but it's not really for me. I'm gonna have to go 6-8 on this. People are gonna scorch me. That's fine. I gave Heineken 0 a 7-1, and I like that more. So I can't put this above that. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying BrewDog Hazy as one more time. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. So when I first started drinking some of these craft NAs, this was by far my favorite. Haven't had it in a while, wanted to push it off a little bit to the 3rd or 4th week, and I'm very excited to try this. Again, it smells so good. It's just fantastic. It has some of that funk. I love that funk. Let's give it a sip. It's so good. You know, it's hazy. It has that hazy New England style. Sunshine beer, yet again. The balance is so good. I can drink a 12-pack of this like it's nothing, like it's nothing. It's everything I want in a beer, or an NA beer, in this case, clearly NA. I'm gonna go 9-2 on this. Absolutely love it. Best NA beer that I have had yet. You gotta try it if you like IPAs. Now let's slam it. Oh yeah. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Athletic Lite. Last one of the week, people. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. All right, first smell. Does it smell that great? Yeah, give it a sip. I mean, it's smooth. I'm not crazy about the smell though. It has like a negative funk to it. Sometimes the funk is good. I'm a huge fan of this funk. I mean, if you drink Bud, Coors, Molson, those types of beers, this is something that you probably like. It's very light. I've had other athletic beers and a couple other ones I thought were really good. I mean, it serves a purpose. Perfect for somebody that just wants a very straightforward light beer with not a lot of flavor. This will do the job. But that aftertaste and that smell, there's something there I'm just not liking that much. I'm gonna go 6-7 on this. Yeah, let's slam it, I guess. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. On today's episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Genesse NA. All right, took a week off, but we're back. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. not that bad. Better than I remember Genesse regular tasting. Yeah, this isn't bad. I mean, it's smooth. It doesn't taste foul or metallic. In fact, a lot of mass-produced big brewery style NA beers that I've had haven't been that bad, gotta be honest. This doesn't have a lot of flavor, but there's nothing about it that's, you know, unpleasant. It reminds me of keg beer playing beer pong in college or something like that, but it's okay. It's amazing how little flavor it has. I would even consider this a light beer, even though it isn't a light beer, but it's not bad. So I can't say this is in the 7s because it's so light. There's minimal flavor. I'm gonna go 6.9 on this. You know, let's let. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Bellwoods Brewery Jelly King. All right, sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. So Bellwoods is out of Toronto, Canada, and I believe they have another location in Canada also. This looks great, smells amazing. Let's take a sip. That's great. I've only had a few sour NAs. This is by far the best one. God, it's so good. It tastes just like a regular beer. Very, very happy about that. I mean, this might be one of the best NA beers I've ever had yet. That's how good it is. Sunshine beer to the fullest. It's light, it's crisp, it's sour, it's balanced, it's fantastic. Definitely in the 9s. I'm gonna go 9.2 on this. You gotta try it if you like sour beer and you don't drink beer. This is the sour. Let's slam it. Oh, that's sour. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Atmos Brewing Wayfarer NA IPA. All right, let's end the week strong. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. So Atmos Brewing is out of Hazy, Idaho. It's set in the mountains of Hazy, Idaho, which is cool. I'm not crazy about the smell. Let's sip it. Interesting. You know, it's funny, the first sip doesn't strike me as an IPA, really. It has a very interesting smell. Can't really pinpoint it. A little bitter. It just doesn't really taste like an IPA. To me, it doesn't. What do I know? I can't say it's terrible. I just don't really know what to think of it, but it's okay. All right, not so crazy about the smell. There's a taste on the back end that's just a little too bitter for me. However, if you gave it to me, I would drink it. Interesting color. All right. Final verdict. I'm gonna go 7.2 on this. I don't think it belongs in the 6s. 7.2 is fair. Now let's. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Corona NA. Let's start the week off right. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam that shit. Now, as I drink this, I'm definitely gonna be keeping in mind Heineken NA. Heineken and Corona always kind of lived in this same world for me, probably for most people, maybe not. But I always kind of equated the two, mostly gravitated towards Heineken. Didn't hate Corona, but let's give this a shot. Not too bad. Pretty much what I was expecting. There's nothing in there that's like foul or metallic that I usually say that makes something not good. I might even like this a little more than the Heineken NA. Not by a whole lot, but I think I do. It's pretty light, not a whole lot of flavor, but it's not flavorless. Okay, final verdict. I like it. I would drink another one. I would drink a few of them. I'm gonna put it right above Heineken Zero at 7.2. Smooth, solid, very drinkable. Pretty much what I expected. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Upline Brewing Functional IPA. All right, sniff it, sip it, score it, slam that shit. So they're out of Austin, Texas, and they were more than nice enough to send me some samples. So thank you, Upline Brewing, for that. On their website, it says how they're the first functional non-alcoholic beer in the country. So I guess functional has to do with the fact that there's electrolytes and adaptogens in there, low calorie, vegan, and nothing artificial. Something to note. So on the can, it says it's made with lemon balm and ginseng. It smells like lemon. There's a spice to it. Pretty good. I like the color. Real smooth, crisp, somewhat light too. It's not overly hoppy or anything. All right, so overall, pretty good. I would drink another one. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 7.5. Pretty solid. I like it. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Bravus Brewing Peanut Butter Dark, or Bravus, I'm not sure. All right, let's end the week with something thick. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. Smells very nutty, hence the peanut butter. Very nutty. On the website, it says they were founded in 2015 and are America's first NA craft brewery, which is cool. Let's sip it. Ooh, tastes different than I thought it would have tasted. Very nutty. You can taste the nuts. Chocolatey. A little hint of tobacco. Almost kind of has like a graham cracker type thing going on. That's what I'm tasting. A lot of flavor. It almost has a hint of almost like a cherry flavor. Again, this is all just what I'm tasting. You might think I'm crazy. I really like it. Overall, really good. I'm gonna go 8-2 on this. Let's end the week and slam it. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, we're gonna be trying Sam Adams, Just the Haze. All right, sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. The smell isn't too bad. I've had this before, not terrible. I actually liked it quite a bit. Drinking out of a solo cup brings me back as if I was young again. A lot of flavor, smooth, summer beer, sunshine beer. I love the flavor. The sun is shining, has some juiciness to it. Not a whole lot of funk, but some juice and some haze. I can't say this is in the 8s, but it's very close. I'm gonna go 7-9, very solid. Let's slam. Excuse me, sir. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, we're gonna be trying Brooklyn Special Effects Hoppy Amber. All right, we're poolside people. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. It smells like an amber. I used to love ambers. Smooth, roasted malt. I got my family and Rebecca down the way, probably embarrassed. What can I say? This is really good. I'm a huge fan. Caramely, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of caramel. Yeah, these are great. There's not a whole lot going on with a beer like this, but it's just so good. It tastes a lot like a regular beer, which is also a plus. People getting out of the pool, left and right. I'm still in here. I'm not fucking leaving! I love the color. Can't really see the color in the solo cup. The solo cup is sick. Again, I can't say this is in the 8s. There's not enough going on for it to be in the 8s. I'll give it a very solid 7.8. Now let's slam it. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer from New Smyrna Beach, Florida, we're gonna be trying Feels Good Al's Classic. And we're back with another poolside review. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. So on the website, it said that I believe the guy's name is Al, has a background in the music industry, as do I. So I'm very excited to try this music industry beer. Ooh, interesting. Very light color, golden, very light beer. The interesting flavor. Smells okay. I should have looked at the website more because this has a very distinct taste, and I don't know what it is. Some lovely people passing by in the New Smyrna sunshine. I can't say it's something I'd have a lot of. Easy to drink, but I don't hate it. It almost kind of reminds me of PBR, but better. And I mean no disrespect by that. I'm gonna go 7-1 on this. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer from New Smyrna Beach, Florida, we're gonna be trying Sierra Nevada Trail Pass IPA. Okay, we're out on the beach. We know what we need to do. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam that shit. Smells great. This is fantastic. I'm gonna give it another sip. This is right up my alley. Hoppy, crisp, sunshine beer at the beach. And let me tell you, the beach is hopping right now. This is awkward. I have my family here. I have other people at the beach here. There's kids, there's trucks, and there's seagulls. It's crazy. This is quenching my thirst quite a bit. You know, I didn't know how much I'd like this. I thought maybe it would be in the okay realm, but this might be creeping into the 8s. The people next to me must think I'm crazy. I'm talking into a camera, facing the opposite direction of everybody else at the beach. I'm gonna go 8-2 on this. Very good. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer from sunny New Smyrna Beach, Florida, we're gonna be trying Two Roads Brewing Company Straight Dank IPA. All right, sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. Smells quite delightful, a little bitter, kind of malty. So Two Roads is out of San Diego, California, and it looks like in 2020 they took a third place medal with this beer, I believe. Let me check the can. At the Great American Beer Festival in 2020, for session or non-alcoholic beer category, this got the bronze. Interesting. This has a cool mix of flavor. I don't know if you can hear it, but these people right ahead of me are blasting country music, which is fine, but I don't want it interfering with the video, and I'm sorry if it is. Also, the sand in my toes right now, it's bothering me. And I have a sunburn here, but not here. I put on sunscreen, what the heck? All right, final verdict. I'm gonna go 7-8. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer from sunny New Smyrna Beach, Florida, we're gonna be trying Lord Hobo Life IPA. Okay, last one of the week. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. I gotta say, there's a lot of seagulls around, and one of them might land on me. Let's sip it. Ooh, not bad. Pretty smooth, a little light, not super bitter. I might even swim in the ocean after this. But it is the shark capital of the world, so why would I do that? There's a pool right up there. Sharks are out there. I want to go in the pool. Police truck just passed by. There's a lot of police trucks down here. And somebody is driving down the beach on a boat car. The boat with wheels. We have arrived, people, and it's beeping. It's a land shark boat vehicle. That's cool. Well, before I catch another sunburn, let's rate it. I think it deserves to be in the 8s. I'm gonna go 8-1. Let's end the week with a slam. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on this episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Bud Zero. Okay, first video home in a while, same rules apply. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. Let's give it a sip. So first sip, not that great, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I used to really dislike Bud. Bud Light, I could manage, but regular Bud had this bite that I did not like. I mean, it's really light, it smells kind of bad. All right, put me in a bar, and all they had was this. I'm gonna order it. Not gonna be very happy about it, but I'm gonna order it because I like drinking beer.
I like beer.
It's so easy to drink that I could see why a ton of people would want this over some crafty stuff if they've never been into craft beer. Let's rate it. I'm gonna go 6-5 on this. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Bravus Brewing Golden Light. All right, sniff it, sip it, score it, slam it. A few things before we start. Bravus Brewing was nice enough to send me some samples. Thank you very much for that, Bravus Brewing. And 2, I just did a review moments ago of their West Coast IPA, and my microphone wasn't connected. I'm dumb. Now, I'm gonna re-review that at a later date, but it was very good, so keep that in mind. Let's give this one a sniff, and let's not be dumb this time. It almost kind of smells like a Hef. Ooh, very good. This is fantastic. Can says light, crisp, and dry, which it's all 3 of those things. I love the body. The mouthfeel is perfect. I could drink a gazillion of these in the sun, in my living room, on the porch, on the patio, on the beach. There's something about the mouthfeel that is pleasant. I'm gonna go 8-4 on this. Let's slam it. Okay. My name is Brendan, and I miss beer. And on today's episode of I Miss Beer, we're gonna be trying Athletic Brewing Light Copper. And it is time to end the week strong. Sniff it, sip it, score it, slam that shit. So pretty interesting. Just watched a mini doc on YouTube about how Athletic Brewing owns about 20% of the market share of any beer. I've had this before. It was a while ago, so I don't really remember what it tastes like. Kind of do. Let's give it a sniff. Smells like a copper ambery beer. Not too shabby. You can taste the yeast, a little bit of bread flavor. Good summer beer. It'll quench your thirst. And if you like the amberish style, probably gonna be right up your alley. Am I crazy about it? Not exactly crazy about it. All right, let's wrap it up. I'm gonna go 7-8 on this. Give it a try if you see it out there, especially if you like ambers. Let's slam.